Hey guys, it's Erica, also known as Story of Erica over on Instagram. For today's video, I thought I would share with you guys my ideas and tips on how to rebrand your Instagram or Poshmark closet. Before we get started, I just wanted to say I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a different place than usual. I'm currently filming in my studio. If you watched my last video, then you know that my sister Veronica had an appendicitis attack, so she's still in the process of healing. She's doing very well, for anyone who was wondering, but she is in the bed that I usually film on, so I had to film down here today, which is such a shame because it's snowing outside and that room always looks gorgeous when it snows because the light all flies in and it looks so pretty, but I can't film in there today, so I'm filming here. In 2019, one of my big goals was to rebrand my Poshmark closet completely. I changed everything about my Poshmark closet and I am so glad that I did. It was one of the biggest steps I've ever taken for my business and I am so glad that I ended up taking that step because it has really helped me out so much already. So I thought I would share with you guys kind of my process and my tips and tricks in why it's a good idea to rebrand your Poshmark closet or to just give your Poshmark closet a brand in general if it doesn't have a brand yet. So your Poshmark closet is like your store, obviously. That's where people go to buy your stuff. So it's like your store, it's your website. So you need to have it so that it fits your style. And one of the biggest things for me at least was to be recognizable. I know a few people on Instagram, there's Voyage is a Verb was my biggest inspiration. I'll link their Instagram down below if you want to check them out. Voyage is a Verb has come up with a very beautiful but simple photo setup so that every single time you see one of their pictures, you're like, oh, that's Kristen and Kevin. I know exactly who that is right away. Having a very recognizable look is so important because I'm sure you've heard this saying before, but when people shop from you, they are not buying the product, they are buying you. They're paying for your image, for your look, and so you want to have a very recognizable look because when you're shopping online, there are a lot of options for the exact same item and you want people to have a reason to pick your item. So say I were to be selling this top, there are probably a few other tops just like it on Poshmark since it is a very common brand. It's Free People. It's a very popular common brand. So I want people to have a reason to pick mine over everyone else's. And people like to shop from brands that they trust and companies that they trust. So if people know your closet, right away they're gonna want to pick your item because they know it's you. So you want your pictures to be very recognizable so they know right away without even clicking on it that that's your item. So to rebrand my Poshmark closet, I literally started from scratch. I got a brand new banner, new profile picture. I changed up my cover shots. I'm changing up the brands and the styles that I'm picking. So here are my tips for rebranding. The first thing that you need to think of when you are rebranding is you need to think of your aesthetic and your look. So you need to decide if you want your look to be very bold and contrasting and poppy, or if you want your look to be very soft and light. You need to decide what you want your look to be. The first step is to pick your aesthetic. The second step is to find your photo setup. Photo setups are so easy. There's so many different options that you have for them. If you have really pretty wood floor, you can set it on your wood floor so it looks really nice. Maybe you put like a plant or something pretty in the photo with it. You don't want the items in the cover shot to be too distracting. You want the focus to definitely still be on your item, but so that all your cover shots have that look and so people can recognize the cover shots as your item. So for my cover shots, I wanted something that was very simple, that was not distracting at all, but that was really, really cute. So I was looking around on Pinterest and I found a really adorable macrame hanging that I fell in love with. So I went on Amazon, I bought some material, and I made this wall hanging here. It's just like a little triangle macrame wall hanging as a bunting that I hung on the wall and I'm putting in the back of all my Poshmark cover shots. And I feel like it's very subtle but very pretty. It gives it a very boho look and I really, really love the result that I'm getting from it. It also makes it so that people, when they see my picture, they know that's mine. So you need to decide what you want your background to be. Kristen and Kevin at Voyage is a Verb have their concrete floor outside and they have a little succulent plant strung through it. They always do flat lays on that setup. So it's very obvious that that's their item. They're like branding goals. So once you have your new photo setup, you need to decide if you're going to edit your photos. I edit every single one of my photos. I do have a video on how I edit my photos. I will link up above. But recently for my cover shots, I have been using a filter on the VSCO app just to very lightly filter the cover shot only. The rest of the photos are unfiltered so you can still tell the accurate color. And I try to make sure that the filter doesn't change the color of the object too much in the cover shot. It gives all the cover shots kind of a similar vibe, kind of makes them all look the same so that they match and that they're cohesive. It adds like a little bit of fade and it makes them very gentle and pretty and it matches with the boho background. So I really like doing that. Download VSCO. It is a free editing app. You can have plenty of free filters on there to begin with. And you can decide if you want to use one of those to very lightly filter your cover shots so that they all are cohesive and match well. Once you have your cover shots set up and you have your style picked out, you need to start sourcing to work with that style and aesthetic. My personal style for my closet is very boho, very girly, very pretty. So I'm trying to source only items that really fit that style. So a lot of like Anthropology and Free People and Lucky Brand type items. I'm trying to stick towards that style because that works very well with my new background, it works very well with my brand, and people will recognize it more easily as me. You want to stock your closet with lots of items and brands that work very well with your new aesthetic vision and just make it all look very cohesive and very pretty. Once you've decided on your new cover shot style, you want to figure out a new banner and profile picture that match, because the banner and profile picture are constantly at the very top of your closet and you want them to work very well with your new branding look. The next step that you want to do, so I guess step number 3, I kind of forgot what step I'm on, but whatever. You want to have kind of a color palette, especially if you're going to be doing this for your Instagram. You want to have a color palette to stick to so that all your pictures kind of match, that they're all very cohesive and they all work together very well. So for myself, my color palette right now is definitely a lot of light blush pinks. If you follow me on Instagram, you've noticed this. Light minty blues, a little bit of yellow, and kind of creamy off-whites. So those are my colors for kind of my Instagram and kind of for my Poshmark closet as well. So I started implementing those colors in my new banner for my closet, which is just the velvet hangers in white, mint, and blush pink, with a bunch of clothes hanging on them, obviously, that are also in my color scheme. My profile picture is the same as my YouTube picture and my Instagram picture, but it's just me in a bright, clear, very pretty, well-lit room with all my pink pillows that I have in my YouTube setup. So that also works with the banner and it kind of matches. And then for any signs that I want to make in my closet, I usually use pictures from my Instagram since the aesthetic of my Instagram matches the aesthetic of my closet. So I'll use photos that have the same colors, the same vibe, the same feeling for my signs so that it gives more of a branded feel to your closet. Once you've updated your profile picture, your banner, your signs, and your cover shots, you're basically done. The last step that I'm implementing in rebranding for myself is I'm redoing all of my old photos. So I'm deleting and relisting everything that I've had in my Poshmark closet that is still available for sale, which is really extreme. It's taken me a little while, but I'm about halfway done, I'd say, and it's working out really well. So every day when I go to list new items, I'll take like 3 new items that I just thrifted, and I'll take 7 items that I've had in my closet that are still available, and I will re-photograph those with my new photo background, and then I will post to them as a new listing and delete the old one. That way the pictures all match, they all have my new backdrop in them, they all match the new aesthetic of my closet. Relisting is also really, really helpful to get sales. Like making new fresh items is also really helpful, but that is a topic for a different video. But it's also great if you're trying to rebrand, because that means you get to make all your photos match again. For myself, I do like to list about 1/3 new items every day and then 2/3 relisted. That way I'm motivated to keep on relisting things because I have new exciting things coming in. But yeah, those are the tips on how I took my closet from being kind of just mismatchy, not really a certain look going on, to being very aesthetically pleasing, very cohesive, and to have definitely a more branded look. You can use these tips to rebrand your Instagram also if you like, especially the whole filtering and color scheme tips. Those are really important, and I'm working on those really hard for my Instagram personally because I am the type of person who wants to have a very pretty Instagram. But those are all the tips that I have for you guys. I hope you guys found some of those helpful. Those were all the things that I did to rebrand my closet. If you have any ideas on how you're gonna rebrand your closet or how you did rebrand your closet, please let me know in the comments below because I would love to know how you guys all did. If you end up using these tips, also make sure that you get a before picture because I didn't get any good before pictures and I'm so mad at myself because like it looks so great now, but I didn't have a before picture to compare to. Tag me in your Instagram pictures if you guys end up rebranding your closet so I can see a before and after. Let me know your closet names down below so that I can stalk you guys a little bit and see how you guys are doing on your rebranding journey. If you enjoyed this video or found it very helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.